Today I'm here with a great big unboxing book haul from two of my favorite online booksellers. Come along and let's see what I got. Hello book friends, I'm Jen and welcome to my reading life and welcome to another unboxing book haul. You all loved my last unboxing so much, so I am back with yet another one. I have such a big pile of books to open and share with you all. These have been coming in. They started arriving right before I left to go on our Hawaii vacation, and then some of them arrived also while we were gone, and I have kept them all in their packaging, and now I am dying to open them and remind myself what I ordered. I have purchases from two different online booksellers. These are two of my favorite places to shop online for books. The first is Blackwell's Books, which is a UK-based bookseller, and you can order books online even if you're in the United States. The shipping to the United States is free, or included in the cost of the books, as it may be. But their prices for their books are really fantastic. I love some of these UK editions. They are just so beautiful, and you can definitely find books on Blackwells that are not available at US book retailers. But if you are looking for an alternative to the big A and you like British books of any kind, then I definitely recommend checking out Blackwells. I will have links to Blackwells down in the description box below. You will find links to all of the books that I'm sharing in this book haul. And for Blackwells, I just want to state that I do have an affiliate link. So if you click on my link, I get a little bit back from Blackwells for every purchase that you make. And I really appreciate you using those links. It's no additional cost to you to do so. And then the second online bookseller that I have recently purchased quite a few books from is ThriftBooks. It is probably my favorite place to find secondhand books online. And because so many of you have used my ThriftBooks link that's always in my description box, I have received quite a few free books. So quite a few of the books in my stack from ThriftBooks are books that I received free because of the generosity of all of you for using that link. Now you can always use my ThriftBooks link. I think it's for your first purchase. I'll have to double check on that. But if you spend $30, then you get a free book and I get a free book as well, just by using that particular link. So you can always find that down below, and I will have it listed as well as all of the books from ThriftBooks that I purchased, though I may have to find them from other online booksellers because they aren't always available through ThriftBooks because they are secondhand books and some of them are hard to find. Okay, enough of all of that. Let us get into the unboxing. I'm going to start with my Blackwells haul. So let me get my trusty scissors here and we will open these up and find out what I got. Always have to be careful opening books because you don't want to damage them. Okay. Book number one. Oh yes. I remember now what this is. My first book from Blackwells was Stories for Summer and Days by the Pool. This is the British Library Women Writers collection of short stories for summer. And I might have to just dive into this. It has stories by Daphne du Maurier, Elizabeth Taylor, Mary Lavin, and more. So I'm very much excited to get into this, and I love the British Library Women Writers books in general, and this is just the perfect one for summer, so excited to have that one on my shelf. Next up, another British Library Women Writers book, and this is Sing Me Who You Are by Elizabeth Barrage. I'll just read you the little back blurb. It says, "So she had had a shock. Things weren't as they seemed. How had they seemed then? Now it was her turn. This was for herself. Harriet Cooper crawls up a potholed lane in a Hillman crammed with everything she owns. She is taking possession of a large green bus, an inheritance from her aunt, who now sits on her cousin Magda's land. Harriet is making a new start. Her intention is to live a solitary, frugal life in the bus with her 2 cats. This is a timely reissue of a 60s novel that deals with the lingering trauma of the Second World War and the dark secrets that families carry, as well as touching on environmental concerns that feel prescient today. I think that sounds fantastic. And I love this cover. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's little cat faces. I mean, how could I not get this? Very much excited to have this one in my collection as well. Goodness, this one is so well packaged. See if I can get this open. Ah, there we go. Yes, I picked up the Persephone edition of Mrs. Minver by Jan Struther, and I have been wanting to read this for a very long time, and then I would love to. I've never seen the movie Mrs. Minver either, so this looks like it might be a pretty quick read. It's not, there aren't a lot of, there's like quite wide margins. So even though it's relatively thick looking, I don't think it'll be a very long read, but has anyone read Mrs. Minver? I am very excited about this. And I love the Persephone editions, they're so beautiful. I should show you the end papers. I love the end papers on the Persephones. So beautiful. Always thrilled to have another Persephone book on my shelf. And then this is the, whoops! This is the last box from Blackwells. Oh yes, very excited about this one. Now, this is the book that actually prompted me to place this Blackwells order because I really wanted this. And the lovely Katie from Books and Things, her second book just came out in paperback and I had to get it. I very much enjoyed her first book as well. But this is The Trouble with Montgomery Hurst by Katie Lumsden. And this is another sort of gothic novel. And the back says, the trouble with Mrs. Montgomery Hurst is not Mrs. Montgomery Hurst, as young Miss Amelia Ashpoint well knows. The real trouble is the polite society of Wickenshire, with its inescapable gossip about the arrival of the new Mrs. Hurst and, whisper it, her 3 children from her previous marriage. In Wickenshire, nobody's business is their own. In this strange match, the local families sense scandal and they will do anything to expose it. Meanwhile, Amelia Ashpoint, though handsome, clever, and rich, is avoiding talk of marriage at all costs. For while society expects Amelia to marry well, her heart is drawing her in a very different direction. Very much looking forward to this one, and I love this cover. It's so beautiful. Yay, so excited to read Katie's second book, and I might save this for the fall because I love a good gothic novel in the autumn months. That is my entire Blackwells order. Now let us get into this monstrosity. Oh my goodness. Might have gone a little crazy, but like I said, I think I had 6 free book credits with ThriftBooks. I can always justify book buying. How about you? Can you justify book buying? I have no idea what I ordered. I do not remember at all. Oh yes, it's all coming back to me. Okay. Oh, perfect. Oh, this is in good condition. Okay, so first up we have Underfoot in Show Business by Helene Hanf. I've actually read this and loved it, but my copy, which was this exact same edition, went missing somewhere. I don't know, in one of my many moves of my lifetime. But this is just her memoir about her life in showbiz, writing for show business, and how maybe not successful she was in that. So, but yes, I definitely want to reread this and I'm excited to have it back in my book collection. So this is actually a book I've already read, so it doesn't go towards my unread book numbers, which that's always nice. And then my next book, I got these Little Everyman Library Pocket editions, and this is the poetry book, The Great Cat, Poems About Cats. I have to have a book with poems about cats in it. This just looks so lovely. And it has poems by all kinds of people. Some I've heard of, some I haven't, and all in praise of the cat. So excited to have this little gem on my shelf as well. Next package. I always want to hum while I'm opening these. I don't know, I feel like it's just so silent while I'm just opening these. Oh, yes. This is in great condition. Oh, and it has the bookmark too. Oh, this is so lovely. Another Persephone book, so excited. And this is Saplings by Noel Streatfeild. And it has the Persephone bookmark in here as well, which sometimes you don't get when you order secondhand books, especially Persephone. This is so beautiful and it matches the end papers. Persephone never gives like a big description of the books at the beginning, but I like what this says here. It says, Streatfeild's supreme gift was her ability to see the world from a child's perspective. What makes Saplings special is her use of that skill to explore a very adult problem, the psychological impact of war and trauma on family life. Very much looking forward to this one. Again, love having more Persephones on my shelf. They're so beautiful. Next package. And yes, I recycle all of the packaging materials. I'm a big recycler. Ooh, yes. Oh, I'm very excited about this. So the next book I received is The Matchmaker of Perigord. Not sure how you say that, by Julia Stewart. I very much like Julia Stewart. She wrote The Pigeon Pie Mystery, which I've read, and I've also read The Tower, The Zoo, and the Tortoise, something like that. I'll put the title here on the screen because I can't remember it exactly. Really enjoyed both of those books. And it says this one says Barber Guillaume Ladoucette is always enjoyed great success in his tiny village in southwestern France, catering to the tonsorial needs of Amour-sur-Belle's 33 inhabitants. But times have changed. His customers have grown older and balder. Suddenly, there is no longer a call for Guillaume's particular services, and he is forced to make a drastic career change. Since love and companionship are necessary commodities at any age, he becomes Amour-sur-Belle's official matchmaker and intends to unite hearts as ably as he once cut hair. But alas, Guillaume is not nearly as accomplished an agent of amour as the disastrous results of his initial attempts amply prove, especially when it comes to arranging his own romantic future. That sounds wonderful. Very much looking forward to reading this one. Yes, I like Julia Stewart a lot. Ooh, next one there's a lot in here. Goodness. Gotta find where it opens. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oops. Dropping stuff. Okay. First up, I have Mrs. Appleyard's Kitchen by Louise Andrews Kent. And let's see, Mrs. Appleyard has delighted generations of families with her best recipes and warmest memories. While all cookbooks generally tell you what to do, these recipes joyfully celebrate the best food and how to lovingly prepare it. Yes, I've heard wonderful things about this. I can't remember, one of you, I believe, put Mrs. Appleyard on my radar, so thank you so much for that. I'm very much looking forward to this. It says, comfort food in all its glory is the focus of this charming all-American cookbook. Yes, very much looking forward to diving into that. And then next up, I have Summer at Fairacre by Miss Reed. And I couldn't pass up this beautiful hardback edition of this one. And I'm not sure which number this one is in the Fairacre series. No idea, but I need to read the next Fairacre book because I've only read the first one. And I also need to read Thrush Green. Yes, I know. I need to get busy reading Miss Reed. Actually, we are reading a Miss Reed for the Cozy Reader Book Club in August. If you'd like to join us for that, we are reading Fresh from the Country, which is a standalone. And then this next book, I think another one of you recommended this to me. It sounds fantastic. This is These Wonderful Rumors, A Young School Teacher's Wartime Diaries by May Smith. And it says, as 24-year-old May Smith greets the new year in her diary, she's living with her parents in a small Derbyshire village where she works as a school teacher. By February, she has volunteered to find billets for evacuees. By April, she is attending ARP classes. By September, the war has begun. Through the subsequent years of struggle, endless winters, rationing, and nights broken by the wail of sirens, May kept calm and kept her diary, faithfully recording the burgeoning romances, cinema trips, and seaside holidays that made the hardship of wartime slightly more bearable. These Wonderful Rumors is an invaluable relatable, entertaining, and touching account of one young woman's experience of ordinary life in extraordinary time. That sounds so good. And I love books written in diary format or journal format, so I'm very much looking forward to this memoir. Sounds wonderful. So thank you to whomever it was who recommended this. I'm sorry, I can't remember, but excited about this one. And then the last one from this package is actually another book that I have already read, but again, my copy went missing somewhere along the way. And this is The Strange Files of Fremont Jones by Diane Day. And this is a mystery series set in the turn of the century San Francisco. And I read this entire series. There aren't that many books in the series. I think there's like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6. But I very much loved Fremont Jones. I thought she was just such a wonderful character. If you like Maisie Dobbs and those types of mysteries, then I think you would like Fremont Jones. It says, this book introduces a plucky, independent heroine who might well be the natural ancestor of those modern private eyes, Kinsey Milhone and Cat Colorado. Let's see, when proper Bostonian and Wellesley graduate Fremont, née Carolyn Jones, buys a train ticket to San Francisco to escape her stepmother's meddlesome matchmaking and embark on a career as an independent typewriter, she surely knows she is headed for adventure. Well-brought-up young lady simply didn't do that sort of thing in 1905, but she soon discovers that her new career may involve more excitement than she bargained for. Certainly, she had never intended to become so personally embroiled in the lives of her clients. Yes, so she sort of gets kind of sucked into kind of being like a bit of a private investigator. And yes, the series is great fun. I want to reread it. And so I picked up this lovely hardcover edition. Never seen the hardcovers before. I read them all in tiny little mass market paperbacks. So I will have to keep my eye out for the rest of the series in hardcover as well. And we're down to the final package. Dun, dun, dun. All right, 2 final books, it looks like. Oh yes, by the same author. So 2 books by an author I really very much enjoy, though she can be hit or miss for me, but a number of you have recommended both of these books, and so that is why I picked them up. The first is Hadties Mill. This is by Marcia Willett. It says, Hattie Wetherall's heart leapt when she first saw Abbott's Mill, and with her dog and an assortment of wild fowl for company, she sets about renovating the mill. Sarah Farley feels an uncharacteristic pang of envy for Hattie's freedom. For over 20 years, Sarah has tolerated her husband's infidelities, and her love for him is about to be tested again. As Hattie settles into life at the mill, she befriends 2 young boatmen. Toby is recovering from a broken marriage, and when he has a second chance at happiness, Hattie is on hand to welcome his new family into the fold. Joss's problems are not so easily solved, but when he turns to Hattie for support, the motherly love that blossoms in her heart enables them both to heal old wounds. Sounds fantastic. If you're a fan of Rosamund Pilcher, Marcia Willett, very similar in tone to Rosamund. Not quite as strong a writer, but still very, very good, and looking forward to this one. And then the second Marcia Willett that I got was The Songbird. This is a beautiful hardcover. And let's see what this one is about. This one's about Maddie, not to be confused with Hattie. Let's see. When Maddie invites her old friend Tim to stay in one of her family cottages on the edge of Dartmoor, she senses there is something he is not telling her. But as he gets to know the rest of the warm jumble of family who live by the moor, Tim discovers that everyone there has their own secrets. There is Kat, a retired ballet dancer who longs for the stage again, Charlotte, a young Navy wife struggling to bring up her son while her husband is at sea, William, who guards a dark past he cannot share with the others, and Maddie, who has loved Tim in silence for years. As Tim begins to open up, Maddie falls deeper in love, and as summer warms the wild Dartmoor landscape, new beginnings take root. But can fresh hopes bloom where old secrets are buried? That sounds good. Set during summer. Maybe I should read this in August. Might have to put this in my August pile of possibilities. That is it. That is my great big giant book haul. Can I hold these up? I'm not sure. Let us try. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I'm like, hi. Look at all those. So excited. Yay. New books. I love new books. My books are just the best. So full of the promise of wonderful stories and lovely characters and just escaping into another world. I love that. That will wrap up this unboxing book haul of large proportions. Again, the links to the books will be in the description box below if you want to go and check those out, as will the links to Blackwells and my ThriftBooks link as well if you would like to utilize that. That would be just lovely. And let us chat down in the comments. Have you read any of these books that I just received? Is there anyone in particular that I should start with, dive right into? The Songbird is definitely calling to me. Ooh, those Persephones, Mrs. Minver, and Saplings. Oh gosh, I don't know. Oh, and then of course, the British Library Women Writers short stories for Days by the Pool. I think I'm gonna have to get going on that one for sure. But let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know, have you received any books recently that you are excited about? Let's share all of our book haul books down in the comments below. And if you don't have anything that you would like to add in the comments, but you want to let me know that you were here, because comments really do help my channel, why don't you leave a mail or box or something that indicates book mail of some sort. Leave those emojis down in the comments. Like I said, they really do help my channel, and I just love seeing that you are here. Those emojis really brighten up my day. And if you enjoyed this video, if you could hit that like button and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, I would love to have you join my bookish community. And thank you so much for being here, for spending a little bit of your day with me, opening up all of my book packages. I love that you wanted to spend some time with me here in my cozy corner of booktube. And as always, I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye!